I am Dr. Gopal Das Pawan Kumar. I am pleased to present a video on overview of Indian MSMEs, which is also a guide to launch a successful enterprise. The presentation covers profile of MSMEs, ecosystem of MSMEs, challenges faced by entrepreneurs, Government of India schemes, opportunities available to entrepreneurs, current MSMEs products, sectors versus possible opportunities, reasons for failure of MSMEs, and finally the conclusions. Let me explain to you who is an entrepreneur and what is entrepreneurship. Doing something new or something different is a necessary condition for a person to be called as an entrepreneur. Entrepreneurship is the purposeful activity of an individual or a group of associated individuals undertaken to initiate, maintain, or aggrandize profit by production or distribution of economic goods and services. What is an MSME? A micro, small, and medium enterprise is an independently owned and operated enterprise designed for profit and sells known products to known customers in local markets. Presently, MSMEs are classified based on investment and turnover in manufacturing as well as service sector. How are the MSMEs defined? As per the notification of 1st July 2020 by the Ministry of MSME, the enterprises are defined based on the investment in plant and machinery or equipment and as well as the turnover. A micro enterprise is one where the investment does not exceed over 1 crore rupees and turnover does not exceed rupees 5 crores. In small enterprises, the investment does not exceed rupees 10 crores and turnover does not exceed 50 crores. Whereas in medium enterprise, the investment does not exceed 50 crore rupees and turnover does not exceed 250 crores. What is the current MSME ecosystem in India? Out of 6.33 crore MSMEs, around 5,000 are medium enterprises while 3.31 lakh are small and balance 6.3 crore are micro units whose turnover does not exceed rupees 5 crores. The number of registered MSMEs are around 25 lakh units as on 2019-20. MSME sector has created around 11 crore jobs, out of which 3.6 crore are in manufacturing, 3.9 crore are in trade, and 3.6 crore in other services. This is as per the National Sample Survey of 2015-16. MSMEs contribute around 6% of the manufacturing GDP and 25% of the GDP from service sector. Around 33% of India's manufacturing output is from MSMEs. Share of overall exports is around 45% and have been maintaining 10% plus growth rate consistently for the past many years. Around 20% of the MSMEs are based out of rural areas. A number of government initiatives and MSME schemes are in place which are discussed later in the presentation. Let us come to the important stage of challenges faced by entrepreneurs. Financial resources and discipline. Most of the ventures are underfunded. Then we have low revenue generation during initial growth, which force entrepreneurs to concentrate more on funding rather than concentrating on the growth of the enterprise. Members do not work as a team. Hiring and retaining high quality talent in critical areas is a key challenge. Inadequate information on their own area of operation, including latest technologies, competitors' activities, and the like, increases risk of failure. Tenacity of entrepreneurs is a very critical requirement. They have to be patient, persistent, proactive, and should never give up till he or she achieves desired results. Our country stands at 63rd place among 190 nations in the World Bank's ease of doing business, government should reduce the number of approvals required. Lack of mentorship and expert guidance are also the recurrent challenges. Tailored offerings to Indian population having fragmented segmentation require manufacturing flexibility. Value for money products. New units have to provide a better product than the existing ones. Differentiated offerings. Me Too products will never succeed. Offering customers more than what they require is the real challenge for the entrepreneurs. Government of India has put in place a lot of initiatives. Make in India aims to attract foreign investments and to increase the share of the manufacturing sector in GDP and to create additional jobs. To instill confidence in the startups, Government of India has increased FDI limits for most of the sectors and strengthened intellectual property rights protection. Stand Up India is aimed at providing bank loans to at least one SC/ST borrower per branch for setting up greenfield ventures. Digital India is to transform India into a digitally empowered society. Skill India aims to train over 40 crore people in different market relevant skills. Startup India is intended to nurture innovation for sustainable economic growth and generate employment opportunities. The action plan includes handholding of entrepreneurs, funding support, industry academia partnership, and incubation facilities. Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan, which translates to Self Reliant India, is to make our country a bigger part of the global economy and to become self sustaining and self generating country. Government has recently introduced production-linked incentives, which is aimed at supporting sectors having potential to create jobs and make India self-reliant. It is applicable for medical devices, mobile phones, and specified active pharmaceutical ingredients, and also to sectors like food processing, telecom, electronics, textiles, specialty steels, automobiles and auto components, solar photovoltaic models, and white goods such as air conditioners and LEDs. The allocated amount is over 1.5 lakh crores. To drive entrepreneurship, there are many MSME schemes which government has put in place. Prime Minister's Employment Generation Program and other credit support schemes include Credit Guarantee Trust Fund for micro and small enterprises and interest subsidy eligibility certificate. Then we have development of Khadi, village and choir industries, technology upgradation and quality certification, marketing promotion schemes, entrepreneurship and skill development program, infrastructure development program, scheme of survey studies and policy research, national SC/ST hub, and finally scheme of information education and communication to give wide publicity to various schemes like providing financial assistance, technological assistance, market assistance, etc. There are some supporting agencies which work in tandem for implementing the MSME schemes. Micro Units Development and Refinance Agency Limited, also known as Mudra, provides refinance support to banks, microfinance institutions, non-banking finance companies for lending to micro units having loan requirement up to rupees 10 lakhs. NIMSME, National Institute of MSME, provides national executive development programs, and National Small Industries Corporation, also known as NSIC, aims to promote, aid, and foster the growth of MSMEs in this country. Entrepreneurs are requested to go through the schemes thoroughly to take advantage of the same. To understand the support of credit given by the government, let us look at this particular information. Under Prime Minister's Employment Generation Program, as of 2019-20, margin money assistance of rupees 1000 crore plus was provided to around 32,000 plus micro units. Under Credit Linked Capital Subsidy Scheme, subsidy worth around rupees 450 crore was disbursed. Under Credit Guarantee Trust Fund for Micro and Small Enterprises, credit guarantee cover of around rupees 27,000 crore was approved for around 4 lakh plus MSEs. What are the opportunities available for entrepreneurs? The bottom of the pyramid space in India is a huge potential market for offerings ranging from food, clothing, water, low cost housing, and hygiene items, etc. Interest among experienced executives to start their own ventures is also boosting entrepreneurial culture. Increase in spending on infrastructure and defense sector is going to provide subcontracting opportunities to entrepreneurs. Hike in foreign direct investment in existing and emerging businesses is also another major reason for the current euphoria in the country. With high demographic dividend of around 36 crore youngsters in the age group of 10 to 24 and 1.5 crore joining workforce annually, domestic demand will get a big boost for establishment of new ventures. There is a huge onboarding of MSMEs on e-commerce platforms currently due to high penetration of internet. Around 6.5 lakh SMEs are already selling on e-commerce. Customized solutions would be required to meet diverse requirements of multicultural and multilingual regions of this country. Finally, every problem provides number of opportunities for entrepreneurs to build businesses around it. So why wait, my dear friends? After having discussed the challenges faced by entrepreneurs, the MSME schemes, initiatives taken by government, let me also provide the reasons for failure of new ventures. Analysis of around 100 firms reveal that 42% failed as the product had no market, 29% firms ran out of cash, 23% did not have the right team, 18% closed due to pricing issues, 17% firms had poor product, 14% failed due to poor marketing, and lastly 8% had no investor interest. Apart from the reasons given, there could be some more like no prior experience in business line founded, stopgap arrangement till right opportunities surface, diversion of funds for personal use, not seeking and relying on expert opinion, falling in love with one's own ideas and products, and poor financial management practices could also lead to the failure of new ventures. What are the current MSME products manufactured in India? If you look at the list, we have food products, basic metal industries, metal products, machinery parts, paper products and printing, cotton textiles, leather and leather products. We have other services and products, repair services. Then we have toothpaste and tooth powder, domestic utensils, ready-made garments, calculators, telephones, television sets, optical lenses, electric motors, pesticide formulations, and similar products. Let me also share with you a paper presented by KPMG in 2015 of possible sectors and the opportunities available for the entrepreneurs to take advantage. For examples, in textiles, we have raw fabric and dye production. In retail, we have e-commerce, new retail formats. Then we have in real estate, low-income housing. In energy, we have wind energy and solar energy. In telecommunications, we have manufacturing of routers and switches. In IT/ITES, we have cloud computing, data analytics services. In pharmaceuticals, we have generics and API manufacturing. In automotive, we have automotive electronic components. In chemicals, we have bio-based raw materials for oil. So entrepreneurs can look at the list and can get some information about the possible opportunities available, and they can take the plunge accordingly. Finally, let me conclude my presentation with the following thoughts. The current economic scenario in India is an expansion and transformation mode. providing umpteen opportunities to entrepreneurs. The Indian government has put a number of liberal policy schemes in place to keep and help new enterprises. Setting up of new ventures will have multiplier effect on employment generation. Initiatives like Make in India, Startup India, and Atmanirbhar Bharat will encourage and inspire entrepreneurs to join the bandwagon of self-reliant Indians. Being a country with a large population, plethora of opportunities are available to offer products and services in sectors like food, retail, small housing, health, hygiene, power, tourism, entertainments, and so on. The vibrant ecosystem in place could push enterprising minds to take risks and introduce exclusive products and services to cater to India's needs and wants at affordable prices. Solutions to Indian problems could be replicated in other developing countries with little tweaking to suit local requirements. With information technology and automation optimizing employment in various sectors, entrepreneurship should be seen as a viable alternative for Indian youth, necessitating urgent overhaul of university curriculum. Finally, entrepreneurs are required to be serious, disciplined, and committed to the cause of entrepreneurship. Frivolous and casual attitude would result in failures. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for sparing your valuable time. I hope you enjoyed my presentation.